Big 12 next, and Baylor 6-0, way to go, bowl eligible in mid-October, just 2 years after a one-win season. But come on, that was totally a fumble that they got away with. Again, costing Rick that upset. Yep, the Big 12 has admitted a big whoopsie on the button-on fumble from Saturday, but the Bears will take it, and there's still perfect record to Oklahoma State, winners in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Charlie Brewer delivering the game winner with 7 seconds to go last year. The Cowboys feature Chuba Hubbard, the nation's leading rusher, by about 270 yards. It's the mullet against the windbreaker vesting in Stillwater.
They've been good for quite a while down there. You know, they had a couple tough years when all the issues were going on down there, but they've still recruited good. They're in a good location geographically to recruit. And they've had good players there, and I think he does a nice job of coaching them. From what I know, I don't know Matt real well. Just he was on the East Coast, but they do a nice job. And I think the best way to sum it up is they're 6-0. No matter how you get to that point, it's a pretty good accomplishment.
Obviously, they're coming off a bye week. We're going to their homecoming. There's a lot of things that are stacked against us, and we'll do our best just to try to play football and have fun doing it. So. We have a lot of preparation to do this week to get ready for Hubbard and Wallace and Sanders and all the great players that they have. But we'll focus on us and try to get ourselves a little bit better.
Well, I think Baylor overall has been in this 2-year recovery, if you will, as a university, and also here with Matt Rule now as head football coach and getting it done. In this case, Sportsline's going to go with Oklahoma State, the home team, even though Baylor's won this thing recently. BJ, who are you taking here?
Well, let's give it up for Matt Rule and that staff, because Baylor is a resilient football team, and they've showcased that the last couple of weeks. Iowa State ball game, of course, last week versus Texas Tech, and you can even say going on the road versus K-State. I'm going to go with Baylor in this ball game. Everyone's talking about Tylan Wallace, as they should there at Oklahoma State, but Baylor has some speedsters at wide receiver, and Denzel Mims, Tyquan Thornton, and R.J. Sneed, 15, 17, and 12 yards respectively per catch. So they can hang with Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State's defense isn't that great.
Well, I like Baylor for a few reasons. One of them is Oklahoma State has 13 turnovers. The other thing is Oklahoma State is -7 in turnover ratio. Matt Rule is meat and potatoes, and his meat and potatoes definitely beats Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State got punched right in the nose when they went to Lubbock. Texas Tech put it on them. They've had a bye. They have to recalibrate. I'm going to count on Gundy and company getting them on all cylinders. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State with that triumvirate of offensive weaponry.
I'm with you, Rick. Oklahoma State's 12-7, coming off a bye in the regular season underneath Mike Gundy. I think they'll be ready for this game. They get healthy on the offensive line. It's been a big problem for them. Musical chairs there, something they don't likely do. That offense is going to be back to being explosive. And you mentioned all those receivers that Baylor has, BJ. They also got a pretty good run game and an offensive line, but I still think Oklahoma State gets us.
James Lynch at defensive end, pretty good for him.
And Baylor missing a linebacker now, Clay Johnston.
Yeah, the senior's out for the season.
They'll miss him.
Be watching for that. All right, when this edition of Inside College